Hey guys, Christina here, and today I have a look at and a review for you of part of the What to Do When series. These are books that are put out, just kind of a quick look, by the American Psychological Association. And there's a whole series of them, and they're meant to help deal with for children to deal with emotions, kind of between the ages of 6 and 12. And we use them in our health this year in our homeschool. So the first one we did was this one here. What to do when it's not fair. A kid's guide to handling envy and jealousy. Then we went through this one here. What to do when your temper flares. A kid's guide to overcoming problems with anger. And I'll give you a quick kind of flip through. So what this is it's a book that you go through, and it's divided into chapters. And you go through with the kids, and there's activities and there's questions in it, and there's reading as well, but it's very short and to the point. There is some hands-on as well. So in this one here, there is 10 chapters. So the first one's called Yo Ho Ho, the second one's Put Down Your Spyglass. And for that one, part of what the kids had to do was to make a spyglass and to decorate it, because they're trying to get across the point of when you focus in on something, you miss what's going around you, right? So if you're so focused in on what you're jealous and what you want and what you don't have, you miss all the blessings and all the wonderful things around you. Chapter 3 is Steer Your Ship. So it's all based on a pirate theme, if you haven't been able to catch that yet. Chapter 4 is Keep Sailing Your Ship. Chapter 5, Pull Up That Anchor. Chapter 6, Lighten Your Load. Chapter 7, When Other People Envy You. That's an important thing to mention too when you're dealing with envy with kids, and how to deal with that, because they probably don't know. I think sometimes as adults we don't know either. Chapter 8, Keep Your Balance. Chapter 9, Take Care of Yourself. And Chapter 10, You Can Do It. So what I did with my kids was I actually photocopied the front of the book, and I made a little spiral bound with my binding machine book for them. And so I have the one in front and here, and some of the pages where you had to like write in it, I just typed the pages up because I have multiple children. I didn't want to write in the actual books. And then some of the others I did photocopy some of them. Not sure if you're supposed to do that or not. But I wanted my kids to be able to keep this book and to have it as a tool guide, because you do go through things like when have you felt jealousy? How did you handle it? What are your triggers? It has a lot of useful information. So just looking through my son's book here. I don't want to show his too much because it's a personal thing, but it's like your envy trigger, your forever thought, your for now thought, and then anchor up, meaning are you just going to let it go, or do you need to address it, and do you need to kind of get closure on it? So that was the first one. And then the other one, Temper Flares, this one here, it has 12 chapters. So the first one is, and it's talking about not a lot of it, it's not as much as a pirate theme like the other one, but it's about driving a car. So the first one is In the Driver's Seat. Second chapter, A Secret About Anger. Third chapter, Does Anger Win You Friends? 4 is called Fire. And then 5, 6, 7, and 8 are called anger dosing methods. So the first one is Taking a Break. Second one is Think Cool Thoughts. Third one is Release Anger Safely. And the fourth one is Solve the Problem. Chapter 9 is Recognizing Sparks. Chapter 10 is Payback and Prickly Balls. It's a good one, especially if you kind of like me and my sibling when I was growing up, or how my kids are sometimes. Oh, revenge, or have to get them back. Chapter 11 is Grow a Fuse. And then chapter 12 again is You Can Do It. And so again, I just had some printed and some I did like typed up for them to fill out. And things like figuring out what are their triggers and how can they reframe their thinking when they get angry, and help what they call dousing the fire, right? Like putting that hot thought and that anger out. And then again, can you walk away, or do you need to address it? Do you need to deal with it? And how do you do that safely? So that's kind of a quick overview of these two books. I'm not sure if you got a good flip through or not, but here's another one just so you can see what it looks like. So there's sometimes like little speech bubbles that you need to fill in. Like, what could you say? what could you do? I'll show you this one here. So like here, it says, read each situation that's described below. Write down the first hot thought that pops into your mind. So you're playing your favorite video game and losing big time. So fill in. What's the first thought that comes to mind? So it is very interactive in that way. And inside it is all black and white pages too. So I really enjoyed using these books. I think that they are very age appropriate, and they definitely give kids and adults, let's be honest, some skills for dealing with things that can be tough to deal with. So we really enjoyed it. They have a whole series of these books. Just looking at some that they have mentioned here. What to do when you worry too much, what to do when you grumble too much. That's one we're gonna be using next year. What to do when your brain gets stuck. That's one for OCD. What to do when you dread your bed, problems with sleep. And what to do when bad habits take hold. That's focused on things like nail biting. So I really enjoyed this series. I got them from just my local bookstore. I think I got one from my bookstore from like Chapters and one from like an online bookstore. But a really good series, and I highly recommend checking it out. Again, it's for like that 6 to 12-year-old range, but we can all learn communication skills all the time and handling our emotions better, I think, because I learned things too. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below. Otherwise, I hope that this video finds you having a great day. Take care.